Put some sharp bags on it. She was in yesterday.
Just a couple of shoulders. That's all we've got, really.
That's deep.
Keep it down to a dull roll. Let's roll.
Rolling and set.
Simon, these amazing puppets that we've been looking at come from a fairly rough setting, don't they?
Yeah, they do. We have a lot of fun here. There's a lot of noise and a lot of activity. It's a great place.
Yeah. What was the inspiration behind the Ultimator?
The Ultimator, I was trying to do a show that would attract kids' attention, if you like. It's a story that has a punch to it. I'm wanting children to understand that life isn't everything that we see, that we buy a lot of lies off television and off films. And I guess I want children to see something beyond that. And in a lot of cases, they just take what advertisers give them, or they take what television gives them, and they don't think for themselves. So the Ultimator is a fun story that really takes them beyond that.
You've designed from very scratch the Ultimator, which is the machine behind us. Tell us what gave you the idea for the shape of the Ultimator?
Well, the shape of the Ultimator, I love technology, I love machinery, but I also like the style where old meets new. We see a lot of new technology, and yet in a way there's still some humanness behind it. So we designed the Ultimator with a quirky side to it, if you like. So we have the control box that's all weird shaped, and then the great big dome that the actual Ultimator machine looks like. And it's all brass and copper, and so it looks old but with an incredibly new technology inside it.
You have a track record in puppetry and puppet making. Can you just tell me very quickly a little bit about the background, the sort of things you've done that we know of in Australia?
Yeah, well, I've been a puppeteer for over 10 years now. Been travelling throughout Australia. I guess I performed over 3,000 live shows in schools and churches and shows, and also do quite a bit of television work. I did the puppets for the Power Rangers. We've done the Fruit Loops ad, quite a lot of ads on TV that you've seen. And some of our puppeteers do the ferals, bananas in pyjamas. So we do quite a lot of puppet work throughout Australia.
So I guess in that respect you would understand perhaps the psyche of a child.
Yes, certainly do. I spend my whole life trying to understand how a child thinks, and what makes a child laugh and what makes a child cry.
What kind of a reception are you expecting on Saturday week at Parramatta Park?
Oh, that's hard to say. I guess with thousands and thousands of people, it makes it very difficult.
Stop, just keep rolling. I'll ask that one again, just that big trap. Yeah, tell me what kind of reaction you're perhaps expecting on Saturday at Parramatta Park.
Well, it'll be an interesting one. With a large audience, we're expecting 20, maybe 50,000 people there. It will be quite different to, say, a schoolroom, which is where I often do performing, or a television where you have no audience at all. And particularly the Ultimator, it's a huge show. It's a fun show. We have pyrotechnics, there's a lot of music, good characters, big, larger-than-life characters, and we expect a wonderful reception. But I think it won't be exactly how they expect. I think that the ending will be quite different to what they expect.
So that's something that people should be looking out for.
Absolutely.
The ending. You're not giving away any trade secrets here?
No. It's a great story. Kids will love it.
Has this been your biggest challenge so far in the manner of puppet making? Is it physically the biggest structure as well?
No, I guess not. It's possibly the largest audience we'll play to, or we have played to. A lot of our television work has been a lot bigger. We've been working on some animatronic characters, which each one of them costs between $50,000 and $70,000 per puppet. That takes a lot more work and is a lot larger than the Ultimator. However, the Ultimator show is a fun show. It's really geared to a live audience. It's huge. It's more words.
That's okay.
Yeah, the Ultimator show is a little bit different to say a television show, which we're used to, in that you have to. The audience is obviously much larger. The puppets have to be larger. The movements have to be larger. So, whereas when you're doing a TV show and some of our animatronic characters have 20 different movements in its face, the Ultimator show it just has to be magnified. So everything's exaggerated. We don't do a lot of subtle movement.
I wonder if there's also an element in there of the children still having to use their imagination.
Absolutely, and that's what I love. Entertainment, I think, is taking people's hearts and minds and not. I was going to say playing with it. I better not say that. What?
We'll go to it again. Say, okay, is there an element in there of still letting children use their imagination.
Absolutely. I think imagination is very important. And particularly with a puppet show, it all relies on people's belief that those characters are real. Even though they're made of foam or made of fiberglass, they are real. And that's our job as a puppeteer, to bring them to life.
Stop tape there. That's great.
Hoops again. Hoops.
You must fill the glue flap.